What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to our YouTube channel. Today I got another video in our 2022 NBA Draft Player Breakdown series. Today we're going to be going over Duke's Paolo Banchero. Banchero definitely has a chance to go number one in this year's draft. He's someone that I think a lot of people are high on. There's a few question marks with this game, but overall, like I said, a very good prospect and someone who has a very good chance of going number one in this year's draft. And so with that being said, let's get into the video. So kind of just a quick overview of Paolo Banchero. Paolo is a 6'10", 250-pound power forward kind of slash center. He definitely offers some positional versatility with his size that he has at 6'10", 250 pounds. And he's originally from Seattle, Washington. Played his 1 year of college ball at Duke, where he had a very good freshman campaign. Was able to put up some pretty impressive numbers, averaging about 17 points, 8 rebounds a game. Shot the ball pretty well from the field at almost 50%, and then shot about 34% from three. So there's definitely a lot to like, and there's a reason why he's in the conversation of being potentially the number one pick in this year's draft. So starting with the strengths for Paolo, I think a lot of Paolo's strengths are going to fall on the offensive side of the ball. That's just where he's best suited. He can bring a lot to the table offensively, and I think that's where I'm going to start with the biggest strength for Paolo, or what I like most about him, is this combination of size and skill. I think that at 6'10", 250 pounds, there's not many guys in the NBA that can really match up with him physically now, and he's coming into the league as a guy who played 1 year in college. There's just, like I said, not too many people with that kind of size, and so he's really hard to match up with. What I like about him is that he can score the ball at all three levels. When you put a small guy on him, he can put him on the block and punish him down low. Can go with kind of either hand, prefers that right hand, but like I said, you can't put a small guy on him because he will go on the block and score there. Where I think Paolo right now is most comfortable is operating out of that mid-range area, and kind of has a Carmelo Anthony type vibe to him in that mid-range area, where he can kind of just face you up, triple threat, jab step, pump fake, do all that, and then kind of base his game around that, whatever you do. Obviously, he's got counter moves there. And then he showcased some flashes of the ability to shoot the three ball at Duke. Some of it was off the dribble, where there was times where he could hit pull-up jumpers off of multiple dribble combinations. But I think where he's going to be most suited early in his career is off catch and shoot three situations, whether that's just strictly spotting up and playing off the ball that way, or it's being someone who can pick and pop and hit threes there. But if he does get to a point where he can consistently hit threes at a high level, catch and shoot situation, it's just going to be really tough to stop him, because he can, like I said, do a lot with the ball, which kind of brings his ball handling into play. I think Paolo is someone who could occasionally grab a rebound and push it in transition, or if it's just in the half court and using that ball handling ability against bigger guys and taking those guys off the dribble and making them uncomfortable. I think that he brings a lot to the game in terms of that. Now, one area where I think even I kind of really underrated him or didn't quite see it during the regular season, but started to see it more as I watched more of him in the conference tournament and then the NCAA tournament, is his playmaking ability. He averaged 3 assists a game at Duke, and like I said, come kind of postseason time where I really started watching him consistently, he had several plays a game where he made high-level passes. And so if he's someone who is able to be that kind of playmaker and can be someone who can make plays for other and make the right reads that he was making at times, then I think that puts a whole nother ceiling on Paolo that maybe I didn't see coming or didn't originally think he had. And so that's the part of his game I'm really intrigued to see him continue to develop. But if it does, like I said, that puts him, in my opinion, on a whole nother level that I originally didn't see coming from him. Now, defensively, I definitely wouldn't necessarily say that overall that's a strength for him. But again, I think it's kind of the combination of size and mobility that Paolo offers that I think could be a strength from there, where he can just match up with multiple guys on the floor. He can guard probably other team centers. If they're playing a little smaller, he can guard the 4, and then I think at times can guard a 3 or maybe even a 2. He's just, like I said, hard to match up with offensively, but he brings kind of that same kind of versatility to the defensive side of the ball. Now, is he the most quick of foot? Is he the most, like I said, quick on his feet? Not really, but I think that kind of potential is there. As far as weaknesses go, there's a couple of areas that Paolo could definitely use some improvement. One thing that could be a concern is that he's not the most quick twitch of player. He's not the most explosive. He's rather kind of a below the rim type player in traffic. Now, he's a decent athlete who can play above the rim in space, but like I said, in traffic he tends to be more of a below the rim type guy, and he doesn't have that quick first step where he's able to just necessarily blow by you off the dribble. And then defensively, that can limit who he's able to guard, and he could see situations where maybe he's picked on in the pick and roll or on switch type situations, and so that would be a concern. Another concern for me is just he gives off, to me, a lot of Jabari Parker vibes. I think that he's going to be better. Jabari suffered from injuries, and I can see Paolo being a very consistent 18 to 20 points a game, but does he have that upside where he could be a 25 plus point per game guy? I'm not sure. I think time will tell on that, obviously, but like I said, one area that I didn't expect him to be as good on was that playmaking side. So if he's able to improve that, I think that puts a whole nother kind of ceiling on him that I didn't see coming. But like I said, what's the upside with him? Does he have the ability to be a go-to guy on a championship type team? I'm not sure. Overall, I think Paolo is a safe pick that still offers you some pretty good upside. I think that he definitely has the ability to score the ball and be someone who could average 18 to 20 points a game. I think the question mark that I kind of brought up in the weakness thing is how good can he get? Does he have the ability to be the best player on a championship team, the second best player? Where does he kind of fall on that list? Because I definitely think that he can be a starter on a championship team, but can he be the go-to type guy? I'm not sure. I definitely think he's worth a top 3 pick. I don't think there's any question of him falling out of that range. But it'll just be interesting to see where he goes and how he gets used in the offense. He's got a unique skill set. He's got some versatility on the offensive side of the ball. And so it'll be interesting to see where he goes, how he fits in, all that stuff. But like I said, definitely worth a top 3 pick. And so leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. Let me know what you think of Paolo, his game, where he should go, all that. Leave those thoughts in the comment section below. With that being said, I'll talk to you guys later.